Did you know that every 10 minutes a car is stolen somewhere in the UK?
There are calls for car manufacturers to improve the security of their vehicles as claims for car thefts in the UK reach a 7-year high.
The tracker inside the Range Rover alerted the police that it was being stolen before the signal suddenly disappeared. A month later, it was found inside this container at Tilbury Port, on its way to Africa.
It's a reality that has car owners across the country increasingly worried, especially in places like the West Midlands, which has become one of the UK's top hotspots for vehicle theft. Today, we're breaking down how and why car theft is rising, the sophisticated techniques thieves are using, and the steps you can take to protect yourself. Car theft isn't a new issue, but with modern technology, thieves have more tricks up their sleeves than ever before. According to the latest data, car thefts have surged across England and Wales, with certain regions being hit particularly hard. The West Midlands, for example, has seen a significant increase in stolen vehicles, particularly those with keyless entry. Data taken from Tracker UK in July 2023 showed that a shocking 98% of stolen cars recovered were keyless models. And it's not just luxury brands like Range Rovers that are targeted. Fords and other popular brands are at risk too, often ending up overseas or being broken down for parts. In fact, many stolen vehicles are quickly shipped abroad where they're harder to track, or they're dismantled and sold as parts to be fitted on other vehicles. This is more than just an inconvenience for car owners, it's a major problem for communities. So are you worried about your car safety? Don't wait to be a victim and subscribe to the Region YouTube channel. Apparently 99% of you are unsubscribed. Hitting that subscribe button helps boost us in the algorithm and lets us keep bringing you more content like this. So let's dive into how these car thefts actually happen. One of the most common and sophisticated methods is the relay attack. In a relay attack, thieves work in pairs and use two devices to capture and transmit the signal from your key fob, even if it's inside your home. One thief stands near the house to capture the key's signal, while the other waits by the car, often just a few feet away. When the signal is picked up, the car is tricked into thinking that the key is right next to it. The thieves can then unlock the doors, start the engine and drive off, all without the original key. And thieves can do this using crude homemade devices, buying a cheap scanner online and making an antenna out of coat hangers and foil to steal your car and drive away. Relay attacks are one of the most popular methods, but they're not the only way that thieves gain access to vehicles. Another common approach is the VIN, or vehicle identification number trick. This involves ordering a new key from the manufacturer using the VIN, which is sometimes visible through the car's windshield. On the dark web, thieves can even purchase replacement dealer keys or fake documents, sometimes without needing any proof of ID, logbook or other documents. But keyless entry is just the tip of the iceberg. Thieves also use devices to tap into a car's internal systems, exploiting weak points in what's known as the CAN bus, or Controller Area Network. The CAN network is essentially the brain that connects all of the vehicle's electronic systems. It's vital for operating features like the engine, doors and even the alarm system. But this can also make it a prime target. If thieves can access the CAN network, they can potentially disable the alarm, unlock the doors and start the engine without ever needing the actual key. Experienced thieves can access the CAN bus through a vehicle's wiring, sometimes by targeting spots like the headlights, which are linked to the CAN system. Once they're in, they bypass all the electronic security measures, leaving you with an unlocked, vulnerable car. Unlike relay attacks, which require proximity to your key fob, CAN bus hacks are often done directly on the vehicle, making it nearly impossible to prevent with traditional security systems. So the question is, why hasn't more been done to prevent these crimes? With car technology advancing rapidly, security has sometimes lagged behind. Whilst keyless entry and push start were once seen as conveniences, they've become significant security risks. The reality is, as vehicles have become more reliant on electronics, they've also become more vulnerable to electronic hacks. Manufacturers are aware of the risks, but in many cases, they haven't invested in security measures that can fully protect these systems. With each new model, cars are becoming more computerized, which only makes them more attractive to thieves with the right equipment. Who would have thought in modern times that a good old key would be an effective security device? So until manufacturers take stronger steps to improve vehicle security, car owners will continue to face these threats. And let's face it, manufacturers are always going to prioritize convenience over security tech. It's in their best interest. They want to sell as many vehicles as possible, and if your car gets stolen, what are you going to do? You're going to go and buy a new one from them. So let's get into some practical steps you can take to reduce your risk. Whilst there's no foolproof way to stop a determined thief, There are measures you can take to make your car less appealing to criminals. One of the easiest and most effective solutions is to use an RFID or Faraday pouch. These bags are designed to block your key fob signals, preventing it from being picked up by relay devices. When you're not driving, keeping your key fob in one of these pouches can significantly reduce the risk of a relay attack. And if you're on a budget, putting your key in a metal pot will do exactly the same thing. If you want to take security even further, consider using a steering wheel lock or a wheel clamp. Old-fashioned? Maybe, but these visible deterrents make it harder for thieves to get away quickly. Many car owners also park in well-lit areas or use surveillance cameras to keep an eye on their vehicles. Another tip is to disable your keyless entry system if you can. Some newer models offer the option to turn off the keyless function when you're not using it. Additionally, parking with the wheels turned towards the curb can make towing harder, giving thieves another obstacle. And it's not just private car owners facing these issues. Vans, particularly those used by tradespeople, are prime targets because they often contain valuable tools and equipment, despite what those little signs on the back tell you. For many small business owners, a stolen van isn't just a stolen vehicle, it's also a loss of income. Gangs often target vans parked on residential streets or outside job sites, taking expensive tools and sometimes even stripping the vans down for parts. Tool theft alone is a multi-million-pound problem in the UK. Losing thousands of pounds in equipment can be devastating for independent contractors and small businesses who rely on their tools for their daily work. Organised crime plays a significant role in vehicle theft too. Thieves often work in groups, coordinating on dark web forums and sharing stolen VINs, equipment and other resources. It's a lucrative business, and as long as there's demand, these groups will continue to target vulnerable vehicles. And if you want to find out more about some of these organised crime groups in the UK, leave a comment below. Car theft is no longer just about breaking a window or hot wiring an engine. Modern thieves are tech savvy, equipped with devices that can bypass our car's most advanced security systems. This is why it's critical to take security seriously and stay informed about the latest tactics. To sum it up, as long as vehicles remain reliant on electronic systems, car owners will need to be proactive about security. From relay attacks to CAN bus hacks, car thieves have adapted to the tech inside our vehicles. So unless manufacturers make significant changes to improve car security, this problem isn't going away anytime soon. So take the time to secure your car, invest in those extra layers of protection, and always stay vigilant, because the last thing you want is to become another statistic. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments below. Maybe you've had your car stolen or know someone else that has, or maybe you've got some really useful tips for protecting vehicles. Stay safe everyone, and we'll see you again soon.